How you doing? I'm Dr. Matt Young. I'm your AAID 2025 president. Today we have a really exciting morning. We're going to be interviewing Danny Domingue. He's our incoming secretary at the national level. Danny's been involved with leadership in the AAID for many years, very successful practice in Louisiana, and a leader in implant dentistry in the AAID. Danny, tell us a little bit about your professional background.
Dr. Young, thanks for the introduction, and I really appreciate the compliment, especially coming from you. Been a kind of a mentor of mine for many years, and now a leader in the organization. AAID's been, when I graduated my residency program, I went to the first AAID meeting. It blew me away. It was San Diego. Maybe it was 2008, and the level of what those guys were doing on the main podium just took what I thought dentistry was and blew it out the water. So since then, it's been, trying to get as much education through the academy and meeting like-minded people like yourself that have successful careers, successful businesses, and leaders in our world. And it's great to surround yourself with like-minded people, right? So that's what this place is all about. We're sitting here in Atlanta, Georgia, at the 2024 annual meeting conference, and our attendance is amazing.
Yeah.
We had Bernie Dunson, Ed Kuzak. Bernie Dunson is the past president. Ed Kuzak, who's the current president, put on this meeting, did a phenomenal job. Exhibitors sold out. The attendees, there's so much good energy in this room. That's why I keep coming back every single year.
Yeah.
I look forward to, serving them under you as our president.
Yeah.
And being a representation for the Southern District on the national level, and work with the Board of Trustees to help, continue to move our organization along in the right direction. I'm really looking forward to your annual conference next year in Phoenix, Arizona, which is already, we have dates set. It's the end of September, right?
It'll be middle of November. Yeah,
middle of November. That's right.
Middle of November.
Unbelievable event already.
Yeah.
I mean, people are already started talking about Phoenix next year.
Well, I think you've done an amazing job with the academy. You've been a leader. One of the things that you really showed your leadership skills when you were first starting off in the academy. You started to develop sessions like this. Tell us about some of the podcasts you've done over the years and some of the way you've been able to meet the members over the years.
AAID has a podcast we started through membership committee just to kind of reach out to other people in their commutes to work, interview various dentists and, how they became successful, what drives them, morning routines, how do they do what they do and what made them successful, what's their background. We always get to meet some interesting people. Yesterday we had a podcast with Rick Myron, who's the PR EDU guy.
Yeah.
Matt, that podcast blew me away.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is unbelievable. He's talking about exosomes on a we studied exosomes.
Yeah.
But when you get out, it's like you're running a business. This guy is it was so enlightening to hear what he's doing for dentistry as a whole. He's a PhD. He's in our organization.
Yeah.
He's a member. He lectures all the time here. But it's guys like that are taking this organization to another level. Guys like you, guys like Rick Myron, Justin Moody, Ed Kuzak, Don Provenzolo, Bill Anderson. So the AAID podcast was just kind of like another media working with Matt to try to reach out to. It's a free podcast. Download, listen to it. Interview guys like Steve Warholt and Justin Moody and I, who he started Implant Pathway. Just kind of interview people and talk about their success stories, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing what dentists have done and how driven they are, and so it's fun for us. It pays really well.
You want to get your free cup of coffee.
Right, I got a free cup of coffee this morning.
That's enough sometimes.
Right.
Yeah. Well, those are invaluable experiences. We have a lot of annual meeting like this. We have main podium programs with great speakers, like you said, workshop programs, and then those podcasts and interviews really get to know the speakers and get to know what they're doing in practice. And, for me, that's one of the most valuable things is being able to talk to people, see what they're doing in practice, and really helps you to grow.
And more towards your point, it's, you and I had a conversation the other night when we had a dinner. and it was just, we were having a cocktail, getting our dinner, but that visit with you, which was like we talked for about a half an hour conversation, but just to hear what you've done in your practice
Yeah.
and the level of service that you provide for your patients, it kind of gives me, I'm young, I'm 44 years old, but it kind of gives me something to like, man, that's empowering to be able to be that person for my patients. It's a mindset. A lot of, dentistry's hard. And to have a good mindset, walking into practice every day, positive energy, and you bring that level to this organization. And that's why you've done so well in your practice and in this organization, Matt.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
And so, look, I'll be completely honest with you. After that conversation, it made me, I've always known who you are. You're a likable guy, of course. But just getting that moment with you, one-on-one, just talking, I'm really looking forward to what you're going to do next year.
Well, thank you very much.
And I appreciate you
Yeah.
actually putting the time and energy into the organization to be the president.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Going through AAID leadership is awesome. You have colleagues and mentors who help guide you along the way, and now we have people that we can help as they're starting to go through the process. Tell me about what your private practice is like.
I'm a general dentist in a little small town, Lafayette, Louisiana, about 150,000 people, greater Lafayette. It's where I grew up. I was born and raised. After graduation from dental school, I moved on to New York, where I did a 3-year implantology fellowship, 1-year GPR, 2-year implantology fellowship, and I decided to move back home to take care of the people that took care of me. The people that raised me. I want to help them out. My aunts and uncles and family. My dad's one of 12 brothers and sisters. I have 52 cousins. So kind of going back home to, see those people and be with them, right? And then, Lafayette's a small community. It's median income combined is about $60,000 a year. People really can't afford a lot. So, I wanted to provide the level of dentistry that I was taught in New York. Because in New York, I was kind of a dime a dozen. Everybody had the same education background I had, but there was nobody in Louisiana. So I wanted to be that guy that brought that level back to Louisiana. And I think, I think I have done that.
Yeah.
And I hope to, like yourself, inspire other younger generations like you've inspired me. And like a lot of people from the AAID have inspired me to bring that level of education. Because it's true, man. Like when I graduated school, I was placing implants on referral patients and easy bicuspid, taking out teeth and placing implants.
Yeah.
But education through this organization has changed that. So dentists are confident. Instead of prepping 3-unit bridges, they're taking teeth out, placing implants. So the implants that I'm getting in practice are more difficult. Sinus lifts are all on X type cases.
Yeah. So
they're harder cases. So I wouldn't say it's a dogfight, but I'm not getting the easy onesie twosies that I used to get as referrals. So I'm getting which makes me a better clinician, right?
Sure.
But we needed that. Like we needed those guys that were placing implants to increase their level of education so that they could be placing implants better, and we're seeing better restorative results. So I own a lab, Louisiana Dental Implant Lab. That's not a plug for them, but we're seeing better restorative results nowadays than we were even a couple years ago. Better implants placed in a better restorative platform area, deeper subcrustal platements, things like that. We're not seeing those complications that we used to, and that's what the AAID has been striving for such a long period of time, to be able to educate the dentist on how to properly place an implant and restore it properly.
Yeah.
And again, like we talked about the other day, it's all about the restorative aspect of mind. Think about the prosthetics before you're thinking about the bow, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned your family. Sounds like you have a great family in Louisiana. Tell us about your family.
Yeah, so I'm very, very blessed. I married an incredible woman who it's one of those things where you date a bunch of people and nothing ever works out. You never think you're gonna find that person, and you find that person, and she's kind of like my rock, and we have a beautiful daughter, Danielle. Meg's coming to the meeting. She's actually in tonight.
Oh, good.
And they are, Meg's obviously an integral part of my life. I wouldn't be able to be here if she wouldn't be able to take care of things back at home. And we have a dental practice. We have a lab. Dental practice has 22 employees. The lab has 13 employees, and we have a vortex screw that's used for full arch. She kind of runs operations on all those things.
Okay. That's good.
This year she's 2025 she's stepping out.
Okay.
So we've hired some people to take over those operations. But yeah, I mean, very blessed to, and it's kind of funny because I have so many friends in the AAID. Now she's friends with all my friends in the AAID.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a big family. It really is.
It is a big family.
Especially from the central office. John and all those guys. Carolina. It's like a mother hen to all of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're moving into leadership with AAID. Tell us some of your goals for AAID and how you feel you could help to shape AAID over the next few years.
That's my favorite question. The AAID empowered me at such a young age to realize what's out there and the level of education that's being provided in this organization. I mean, everybody that I've met is so giving of their time. Everybody's so willing to share what made them successful so that other people become successful. And that's the feeling you get whenever you surround yourself by like-minded people, right? It's just the vendors that come out here to help support the AAID, incredible people. Everybody here is so supportive, right?
Yeah.
It's not a dogfight, and there's no competition whenever you get here. It's people welcome you with open arms.
Yeah.
What I want to see is more youth. More youth come into the organization and join it like I did, right out of dental school, right out of residency program, and walk into leadership positions. And I think we are seeing that.
Yep.
The organization is growing, and I want to see it growing from the youth. I want to see the youth join in their 30s and their 40s and get involved, get into their districts as officers, and then eventually get into the board of trustees. And then hopefully see some of those guys, maybe I can inspire somebody that's young to be on the executive committee like yourself.
Yeah.
And do something for the future. So, I think what jazzes me up about the organization is getting the youth in and also providing the best level of education. Like Bernie and Ed playing this meeting, one of the best meetings.
Great.
Your meeting next year that you're planning right now with, I know, an all-star team. The guys that you guys are going to have lecture in that meeting. I mean, it's going to be, it'll blow this one out of the water.
That'll be good.
Every year, it's the AAID and the people that come to the organization step it up every single year.
I love it.
So I'm not taking a plug for Dr. Matt Young on his organization next year at Phoenix, but it's going to be an amazing event.
You mentioned some of the lectures we have. You're doing a lecture this afternoon. Yeah. Tell us about that course and that program that you're running. It's going to be phenomenal.
So Dr. Corey Glenn and I gave a lecture yesterday to 30 people on FP1. It was a sold-out workshop. It was a 4-hour from 1 to 5, and we went over all the protocols that we give in our courses on how to create a scallop profile of bone on surgical guides and how to do it non-surgical guided. This afternoon, I have another workshop, but it's going to be with the labs. So in teams. So we have a classroom full of assistants that help do intraoral scanning and photogrammetry. And, we have new software, hands-on workshop, where we have the new Shining intraoral scanner out there. So this afternoon is going to be with the lab technicians as well.
Yeah.
So we have some lab technicians coming in. They want to learn how to do conversions, but stay in the digital world, and we'll be 3D printing provisionals, 3D printing surgical guides, things like that. It'll be a really, really good workflow.
That's an awesome program. Bringing in the whole dental team. We're going to have the allied team. We always have a good allied team program at the meeting. Next year, we're going to have good allied training also, lab technicians, surgery, prosthetics, and you're able to bring all those together into one course, and that's really what we do at AAID.
Yeah.
Well, Danny, I've really enjoyed talking to you. I look forward to serving with you over the next few years, and then beyond that, you've helped to shape our academy, grow our academy, and we're very happy that you're on board and contributing so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Well, have a great day.